What's going on, everybody? This is your boy BucosLocker coming to you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know I had to do a video before. You already know, man. Come on, let's get it in, man. I already know what time it is, man. You already know. Let's go, baby. What up, Grizzlo? Oh yeah. I heard about that. I don't know the guy, but I heard he was a part of the Pewter Report. Mark Cook, RIP, RIH. Um, Shouts out to the Pewter Report. I've never met the guy. Never talked to him. So yeah, you know what it is. Shouts out to all the Powers and Sea Bandits with another episode of LRT coming to you live and in color. This ain't gonna be a long video. I'm gonna try to keep under 15 minutes. So bear with me, folks. Let's get right to it. Preseason is here, folks. You already know, Preseason's here, man. Preseason's here. First game. I'm excited. I've been watching games today. The Lions and Falcons and the Titans playing. You know, I'm just been watching games. I'm glad football is back. The Bucs tomorrow at Ray J. Tickets are cheap if you want to go out there and catch the preseason game. I heard it's gonna be storm. It's gonna be storming tomorrow. So if it storms pretty bad, y'all be safe out there if you're going out there. The tickets are cheap. Y'all know what it is. But let's get down to business. Bucs versus Bengals. Bengals coming down to Raymond James. What to expect? Oh, what should you expect in the first preseason game? The starters will play. Probably a series. Just to get some bugs out the way, you know, just get a little feel on the grass, get some live action. Starters gonna play a series. Some guys will not play at all. Now I'm not reading articles all that right now, but I'm just kind of like just going off of my own thoughts. I don't think a lot of the starters gonna play anyway, but I think the ones that's going to be dressed, they will play a series, maybe two. Let me get some shout outs real quick. I'm just coming in saying stuff. Al, what up? Marvin for Christ, Chili Will, Willie Kennedy, Joseph Stokes, Jason, what up? Cody, Exclusive, Neil, what up, Malcolm, Kenneth, what up, man? Steven, Mr. Everything Buck. I'm not gonna get this. I think this more of just the young guys. This ain't even about the starters. We already know what we got with our starters, with the 22 starters that we got, right? We already know about what we have. This is about the guys that's behind the starters. Because remember, this is a top-heavy team. So this is all about building depth. Finding diamonds in the roughs that can contribute if need be or if called upon. So let me just point out some guys that you guys probably should be really looking at and focused on. And you know, we already know about, we're gonna start with our draft picks. Kyle Trask. I hope he gets a lot of reps because from what I've read and some of what I've seen, he's been lukewarm. Still trying to get the feel of NFL speed, NFL throws. He doesn't have the snap count yet, but I'm hoping that he gets like the second and third quarter. Or maybe get the third and fourth quarter, or half of the third and all of the fourth, because you got to remember Blaine Gabbert might get some snaps in the first quarter, and then you got Ryan Griffin and Kyle Trask. The question is wouldn't it be crazy if Kyle Trask get outplayed by Ryan Griffin? Even though he's a second round pick, that's a possibility that Ryan Griffin goes out there and does what he do. Like, you know, he just does what he's supposed to do and get the ball there and make plays. And then Kyle Trask go out there and stink it up. Now, I'm a Gator fan, so I hope Kyle Trask do good. What up, CJ? I hope Kyle Trask, what up, Eli Sutton? Shouts out to you, man. I hope Kyle Trask goes out there and do good. But from what I'm reading, what I'm hearing, he has not looked good, lukewarm so far. It's his first year, so give him some time. But he ain't looking too good right now. And I told y'all about that pick. I'm a Gator guy, but let's be a little patient here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him about 2 years. I'm gonna give him this year and next year. After that, no excuses. You know what I'm saying? But I'm expecting him to get a lot of snaps. They really need to see what's up with him. Can they build from what he can? Can he translate the good from what he did in training camp and practice? Can he translate some of the good things he did in training camp to on the field in the preseason game? I guess it's going to be against third stringers and fourth stringers, guys that's not going to make the team, guys that's going to be working at Starbucks or something like that. I don't know, but I want to see Kyle Trask to develop. I want to see him progress. He has a bright, offensive-minded coaching staff with Byron Leftwich and the rest of the gang, Harold Godwin. So they should get this boy some reps. We need to see what we got with Kyle Trask because he's the most important piece moving forward. Now I know people say, well, no, because remember we got Brady this year and possibly most likely next year too. So Kyle Trask's development will be charted. I will be keying on that very, 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 very closely because if this pick doesn't work out, folks, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'll be the first to tell you this. Out of all the Bucs channels on YouTube and social media and all that stuff like that, I'll be the first to tell you. If the Kyle Trask pick does not work out, that will set the franchise back a couple years, 2 to 3 years. Y'all know this, right? Okay, because y'all know how Bucs is in developing quarterbacks. For some strange reason, the Bucs cannot develop young quarterbacks. Interesting, right? Can't develop young quarterbacks. Steve Young, Doug Williams, Josh Freeman, Chris Sims, Mike Glennon, Jameis Winston. Man, we just got to figure out, can we develop a young guy and just let him grow with the organization? You know what I'm saying? Can we get a young guy and just let him just be a franchise quarterback 10 years? I would like to see us get a quarterback like that that we could just stick with, draft, and we stick with. He develop, he becomes good, and we become a problem, right? But y'all know Bucs history, man. We just don't do good with quarterbacks. So hopefully Kyle Trask breaks that trend. And the next person I'm going to talk about is Joe Tryon. Joe Tryon, now, from what I saw and what I read, I had to go back to the Washington Husky tape in 2019. He got a lot of upside. I know it's a typical word that we like to use. A lot of players, like a lot of analysts and media members, and people just like to talk about football. Upside. I'm just gonna say high ceiling. He has an average floor and a high ceiling. Now, granted, he's around some very, very good players. His mentor is JPP, and he has Shaq Barrett looking at, and he's going against a pretty good right tackle and an average left tackle. Donovan Smith is an average left tackle. And Tristian Wrifs is our best O-lineman, top 5, top 10 right tackle, can play left tackle and be top there too, which I think he will in the next couple of years. Stay tuned for that. But so Joe Tryon getting some good reps, and he's doing really good in camp from the reports that I've seen at the bigger media platforms for the Bucs. He's been doing really well. He's making splash plays. He's bullying people. I mean, he's killing the third string guys and doing the second string guys. So I can only imagine he's going to get a lot of snaps in preseason because he's been out of football for quite a bit. So we want to see him translate what he's done in training camp, translate that against other teams' tackles, right? I can care less about the Bengals. I'm not even going to talk about the Bengals. They probably not going to play none of their really good guys like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and just Joe Burrow, and Joe Mixon. They're not going to play none of their starters, really. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to talk about the Bengals. But back to the Bucs, I think Joe Tryon's going to have a good game. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say how many sacks he's going to have this season, but I think he's going to do really good in this game. He's Sean King is another too. Joe Tryon is another key piece for the future, right? Trask and Joe Tryon, these are very, 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 very key picks moving forward. And they got good tutelage, good people to learn from, So those two guys are, the spotlight's going to be really on them. Now, there's a sleeper guy that a lot of people are talking about. Y'all know who. Y'all already know. He's a live wire. He's fast. Darden. This guy, glowing reports from everybody. What up, Kenny? Kenneth. Darden, man, this guy is a playmaker. Don't tell me the Bucs got another diamond in the rough and receiver. We already got enough, right? Just think about this, right? This dude show out. Justin Watson, who does offer value for special teams. But if Darden just show out, Justin Watson, goodbye. Because we already know Tyler Johnson and Scotty Miller ain't going nowhere. But Darden I think he's going to be too good to keep off the team. And now they can put him on the practice squad, but I think they're going to keep him for special teams because he's going to be an instant impact based on what I've saw and what I've read, and even going back looking at the tapes. This dude is a serious problem in a good way. No pun intended, not a problem, but not, But if you look at, Darden's size, I mean, he has similarities. Jalen Darden, he's 5'8", he's 175. So he's not a big guy, but he's shifty, he's quick, and he's fast. He has acceleration, he has top end speed, short area quickness. His 3-cone shuttle, 20-yard, 3-cone, 60 yards. He's really good at that. He has breakaway, exactly. He has breakaway speed. Young Deezy, what up, man? Breakaway speed. Now, the question is durability. He's a small guy, and we already know about small guys. If they're not stocky, like somebody mentioned Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a stocky guy. He's like 205 pounds. Tyreek Hill is stocky. Go stand next to him. He's a stocky guy. Darden is 5'8", 175. So the question is about him is durability. But if he can stay healthy, he got a long career on special teams easily. And if he can get somehow get some receiver reps, which he will get in preseason. Now watch how he looks on that field against the Bengals DBs. He's going to shred them dudes, dog. Because he's been going against some really good guys in practice. Jamel Dean, Carl Davis, Murphy Bunton, Cockrell, Antoine Winfield. These are good guys that can cover. They might not be the fast guy, but every time you turn around, Jalen Darden is open. And that's right. Mickens, your spot is in trouble, dog. You better show something on special teams and catching that ball. But your spot is in trouble. What's up, Corey? Because Mickens, one of the two got to go. Watson or Mickens. Because it just you can see the momentum is building for Jalen Darden, man. Y'all just know it. Y'all know what's going to happen, man. That guy, man, you can't talk enough about the guy. He's just too good to probably keep off the team. He'll probably make the roster. If he don't, he can slide in that practice squad, But I did mention Damian Street. The thing about Justin Watson, he does offer special team value. And y'all know about the Bucs special teams. One of the worst in the NFL. Their coverage, their punt coverage, their kickoff coverage in units those two units are bottom 5 in the NFL. For some strange reason, the Bucs can't get guys on kickoff return and punt return to do good. We're one of the worst units in the NFL when it comes to punt return coverage and kick return coverage. We just we don't have no real guys out there. And Justin Watson offers high value when it comes to that. And our punt return, our kick return units are below average. Let's be honest. We don't get no splash plays out of that. They don't, we're not asking the punt return team and the kick return team to be, elite, but dang, man, sometimes you just got to flip the field sometimes, and we lacking in that area, which is a very concerning thing for me. And it's been like that for several years, and nobody really talked about it because of other things, but our special team units, man, bottom 5. And I want to see that unit do well in the preseason. I want to see that unit make some splash plays. Punt return, kick return, punt coverage, kickoff coverage. I heard Ryan Suckup missing field goals in training camp. I don't know what's going on with him. It's like, oh, no. I'm having PTSD with missing field goals. Every time I see or hear a Bucs kicker missing field goals, I go into a state of emergency, man. Russell Shepard was pretty cool, man. But we'll see. And there's a couple other guys I think Giovanni Bernard's going to get some playing time in preseason, but we can't really expect too much from him. He'll get a couple snaps. Let me see who else I was looking at. A lot of our backups. Khalil Davis. They got Delaney. I've heard some good things about him. Let me see. Don't sleep on Franklin though. John Franklin. He all right if he can get some time on the field. Who else? Cam Gill. I want to see him develop. I'm looking at the roster right now. Antonio Hamilton is doing really good. Oh yeah, Keyshawn Vaughn. Keyshawn Vaughn, man. I know you probably don't think I don't like you, man. I still think the Bucs should have drafted a better running back or a better player at that position at that time in the draft in the third round, which they could have drafted another lineman, interior lineman, or another D lineman, defensive tackle, which the Bucs should have did. And no knock on you, dog, but your roster spot is in trouble, man. Keyshawn Vaughn, your roster spot in trouble because people. I never was a fan of the pick. People defended you, man, but Giovanni Bernard, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, where do you fit in at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you make the roster. If you do good, kudos to you, but man, it ain't looking good, man. So I hope you do good in preseason, man. I really do, because you were a third round pick, and there were a lot of running backs that got drafted right before you and right after you that are doing really well and getting reps. And I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't get those other running backs and we drafted you. So I'm just saying. Anyway, off of Keyshawn Vaughn, the third round pick last year, another guy, somebody brought this up in the chat room, Tanner Hudson. What are you? Block somebody, fam. Tanner Hudson, what is the problem? Tanner Hudson, block somebody. You can catch the ball. We know you can catch the ball. We know you are offensive weapon, but you gotta block the ball. You gotta block. You can't go out there. Now, if you want to be a flex tight end, one of those like slash tight ends type guys, we don't have no room for that, man. OJ Howard, Gronkowski, Cameron Brate. You ain't looking good, Tanner Hudson. You ain't looking good, man. You got all the talent, man, but you're not even a four-string tight end right now. It's very disappointing, man. I ain't even gonna front. I'm very, very disappointed, in Tanner Hudson right now. I thought he was gonna make a jump, but the thing about our tight end group, they're injury prone. So they could keep Tanner Hudson around on the practice squad or something like that. I think he's eligible for the practice squad, but I think he is. But we have a tight end group that's injury prone. We have a tight end group that most likely don't play all 17 games, right? So there's a possibility that Tanner Hudson can stay on the team or be on the practice squad and get called up because of our, with injury prone OJ Howard and Cameron Brate getting nicked up sometimes. And, we know what Gronkowski is. Gronkowski can't play all 17 games or the full 17 games. He'll play every game, but I don't think he'll play like a lot of snaps. I think they're going to save him towards the back end of the season. Like the beginning of the season, they're going to use a lot of OJ Howard if he doesn't get hurt, and Cameron Brate a little bit more. And they're going to try to preserve Gronkowski in certain situational, red zone, third downs. They're going to try to preserve Gronkowski and hold him, get him ready for the playoffs. But OJ Howard, I think he's going to get some playing time too, because he hasn't played. He's been an injury a lot too. So they might put him in bubble wrap. He's a starter. But I want to see OJ Howard get a couple catches, because his camp buzz has not been great either. His camp buzz has been lukewarm, I guess. I haven't heard glowing remarks about OJ Howard. You know, he doing some things out there. Cameron Braid was kind of like get nicked up a little bit. But this is a big year for OJ Howard too, man. And Tanner Hudson. I don't need you to tighten up, dog. And OJ Howard, man, I need you to. Dalvin Cook should have been the pick. I'm gonna stay on that. I know some of you Bucs fans might not like it, but Dalvin Cook should have been that pick, man. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna keep saying it until OJ Howard show me something. As long as he's on this Bucs, I'm gonna say Dalvin Cook should have been the pick. Now, once he goes to another team, that's gonna even look worse because it's like, man, he was a first round pick, can't miss tight end, and 5 years later, yikes. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look, man. That's not a good look. Not what's up, Buck Game 101. But my next jerseys, I can't tell you. I'm not rocking my jerseys, my actual game day jerseys until regular season. So during the preseason, you're gonna see my stuff that I wore last year. You're gonna see some of that stuff. You're not going to see none of my new gear until the real season start. I got. Don't worry about my jerseys. Just know I'm gonna have a couple of them things flowing through. You know what I'm saying? A couple of defensive guys. A couple of receivers. I don't know. Just stay tuned. But let me get back to this real quick. Let me wrap this up. Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller. I think they're gonna get some playing time. Daquan Hampton, undrafted guys. He's okay. Who else I was looking at? There was another guy. I'm looking at the roster right now. Wrifs is probably going to get a couple plays in the first team. Of course, like one series. I want to see Ledbetter do something. Ledbetter, I want to see him kind of like, take a next step because y'all know I'm worried about our depth on the D-line. We can't. Remember, I told y'all this. Injuries will hurt this team. Outside of that, we good. If injuries show up, we got a problem because our depth is not great. We're top heavy. I'm going to keep saying that. Let me see who else. Who else I was checking out? Let me see. Who else? Aaron Stinney. I like him. He's going to get some playing time. Aaron Stinney. He's a good depth piece on the O-line. Earl Wofford, of course. Josh Wells. Somebody keep bringing up, what's his name? Somebody brought it up. Yeah, Stewart's gone. KJ Britt, Cameron Kinley. These are the guys that I just named. I gave y'all a lot of guys that you probably don't hear me talk about, but I'm gonna start talking about those guys a little bit more because Nate Brooks, don't sleep on Nate Brooks. Let me see. Well, KJ Britt, man, I saw him in SEC country, man. KJ Britt is he's decent. He's good. You know what I'm saying? Like he played in the SEC. Auburn had a lot of talent in front of him. He didn't get a chance to display his skill set. But don't sleep on KJ Britt, man. Don't sleep on him. Real talk. Don't sleep on that dude. He might be one of them undrafted guys. I mean, not undrafted, but he might be one of the late round picks that develop into something. Now, the chances of that happening, anything after the third round, the percentages drop really low. If that makes sense. Anything after the third round, you might get a couple fourth round gems, but once you get to that fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, and undrafted area, the chances are just like, oh man. It's not how good you were, it's about where you got drafted at. Because if you get drafted, you got to perform 2 or 3 times better than the backup guy. Yeah, Wilcox is gone. Oh, CJ Prosite, I don't know why we signed that guy. We got enough running backs. Good Lord. I think it's more of a camp body. Now, remember, some of these guys are camp bodies. Camp bodies is what you want to call it. But outside of the guys I mentioned, I'm sorry, Javon Hagan. Javon Hagan, man. I like him. He got a little flair to his game. I want to see him do good in preseason. Robert Hainsley, the Notre Dame right tackle. I think that's a good piece moving forward. No, I'm sorry. Let me stop saying I think. I know that's a good piece moving forward. Robert Hainsley. I apologize, Robert Hainsley. I think, if you go back and look at the Notre Dame starting O-line, they're all in the NFL. They all got drafted. Go back and look at that line. Notre Dame O-line. That's an O-line factory. On low key. Notre Dame O-line. Notre Dame is an O-line factory low key. Recently. I'm talking about recently. Like, you go look at their line. Zach Martin, the left tackle got drafted. The center got drafted. Quentin Nelson got drafted. Like, and then the Bucs drafted Robert Hainsley, the guy that can play multiple positions, and we definitely need that on the O-line. Like, for the first time in a long time, I will say this. I like our O-line depth. I really do. Aaron Stinney, Hainsley, I just like how our O-line depth looks. Josh Wells, you know what I'm saying? Like, our O-line depth is not bad, man. Our O-line depth is not bad at all. Facts. Like, for the first time in a long time, the Bucs O-line is not the major concern. It was a concern going into last year because we had a rookie right tackle, and then we had the left tackle, Donovan Smith, right guard situation. And for years, our O-line has always been a question mark going into the season. For the first time in several seasons, I can honestly say going into preseason, I'm not worried about our O-line. I'm literally not worried about our O-line. I'm more concerned about our D-line. Outside of Shaq, Barrett, Sue, Vita, and JPP, I'm more looking at the guys behind them. So our O-line is straight. Now, probably somewhere I'm probably thinking, well, where does BucosLocker put the O-line at? Where does BucosLocker put the Bucs O-line at? The Bucs O-line is top. I'm gonna say top 13. Is that fair enough? Top 12, top 13, that's fair enough because we don't have an elite left tackle. The right guard situation still shaky. We got a decent center. We got a top level right guard, left guard, and a top level right tackle. So we don't have like a sore thumb. We don't have like a sore thumb O-line. Like, our O-line is not a problem. It's a top 12 O-line. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. And if Donovan Smith can make the bigger jump, like if he can get to the elite category at left tackle, oh my. Because that'll justify, and a lot of you don't know this, but Donovan Smith, his cap hit next year, $18.4 million. Go look it up. $18.4 million for Donovan Smith. And I know some of you thinking like, Donovan Smith, $18.4 million. Nah. Well, that's what he gonna get. So I don't know. So if Donovan Smith can justify his play, if he can show what he showed towards the back end of the season, and he gives us a full 17 games of that plus the playoffs, then that $18.4 million is justified because he'd be 26, 27 years old in his prime. So, but that cap hit next year is $18.4 million. Donovan Smith, average left tackle, as of right now. He's not in my doghouse, but he's an average left tackle. Nothing crazy about Donovan Smith. He's just average across the board. Durable, elite durability. Average pass blocking, average run blocking. I just want to see him make a jump. But back to the rookies. Cyrus Grayson. Don't sleep on him too, man. I keep looking at the roster, man. We got some good young pieces. We just need to see more playing time. I like Antonio Hamilton. Antonio Hamilton, man. I want to see him get some good burn at the secondary. And Javon Hagan. We just got a lot of pieces in the secondary, man. It's gonna be tough for those guys to make the roster, but I rocks with those. Javon Hagan, and Antonio Hamilton. Somebody said something about Herbert. Herbert Miller. I haven't really did nothing. Haven't read on him a little bit. He's undrafted out of Florida Atlantic. I didn't do no research on him or watch him play, but I guess I'll take a look at his tape. But all the guys I named, man, I like what I see. You know, training camp, what I'm hearing, watching the tape. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of these guys, you know, build confidence. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one more guy I want to see in the preseason make a jump. Anthony Nelson. I'm about to start calling you number 98. Anthony Nelson. I'm going to need you to get your sugar honey iced tea together. Because if you don't get some playing time and make a difference, you're going to be the guy called by the number. Because for years, it was Chris Conn or number 23, number 76. Who's going to fill the number role this year? I'm going to introduce that this season. You playing bad, I got to call you by your number, not by your name. I want to see you get some playing time. I want to see you make a difference, especially in the preseason. You need to show me something. And you need to show everybody what you gonna do. Because we've been waiting on you, Anthony Nelson. It's your third year. We need you to make a jump. Because Joe Tryon, he's getting way more buzz than you. And you ain't getting no buzz. I ain't heard. Have y'all heard anything about Anthony Nelson? Any good thing about him? Because I haven't read or heard anything about Anthony Nelson. It's been Joe Tryon. Anthony Nelson is a poor man. Let's be real, folks. When he got drafted, fits the mold. Fits the mold. A poor man's Carl Nassib with a less motor. His motor's not as. Carl Nassib got a motor. Carl Nassib will get you 7 to 8, maybe 9 sacks. But Anthony Nelson, what is wrong with you? You got the weight, you got the height. Maybe you need to play William Ghost's role. Get down to that 5 technique, the 3 technique. That outside pass rush not for you, dog. Because he don't have. See, the problem with Anthony Nelson is, if you go back and watch the Iowa tape, he's a powerful guy. But the problem is when you run in a 3-4 hybrid scheme, you need quick, twitchy muscles. JPP, Shaq Barrett, Joe Tryon. Anthony Nelson just don't got that extra gear. Because there's guys that got drafted after him. There's guys that came in the league after him that got drafted this year, got drafted last year, and in the year that he got drafted, that's better than him right now. I watch Buffaloes. Buffalo drafted 2 rookie D linemen, Russo and Basham. Go watch them play and look at Anthony Nelson play. And those are rookies. Russo and Basham, the Wake Forest D lineman and the Miami D lineman, those guys look like they're going to get plenty of playing time this year. And they stay first year. Meanwhile, Anthony Nelson going on your 3rd year and you got 1 sack? You about to be the nameless guy. I'm going to call everybody by their name this year. But I'm watching you, Anthony Nelson. I'm going to call you by your name. But tomorrow, if you don't show me anything tomorrow, 98 until you show me something. You're going to take Donovan Smith smart. You're going to take Donovan Smith. You're going to carry on the tradition of the nameless player. You only get called by your number. That's facts. I have no idea where your phone at. You want me to call it? Go find it. Anyway, there you have it, folks. My little rant for the preseason game tomorrow. I will be watching. I will go live. I will go live, folks. So be looking forward to that. Am I going to do the whole game? Probably not. I'll probably go live for the first half, and then shut it off and watch the third and fourth quarter solo with my daughter. Say hey, Malia. Say hey. Okay. I guess she don't want to say hey. She'll watch the game with me. Anyway, with that being said, shouts out to all the Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining Locker Room Talk with your host, Isaiah Moses, part of the BucosLocker crew. With that being said, I want you to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. We risked to get the biscuit, and we got it. Put that behind us. It's 2021 season. 2021 season. Let's move forward and expect great things from this team starting tomorrow. Hashtag facts over feelings. I need some more hashtags. I'll just leave it with that one. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. Have a good weekend. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Live in the BucosLocker. Peace.